Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, we all know who created the concept of total football, but is it fair to say, Jim, that no one embodied it better on the pitch than this man, Ruud Gullit?
That is true, definitely. He has the pace, the power, the technique to play anywhere across the front line, but he also has the intelligence, the vision to play in a more withdrawn playmaking role, or even in defence. He could fill in and cover for any position as required, and he had the intelligence to be able to put it all together.
And Messi! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Now it's Gullit. Gullit! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Can he get it through? Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Tries to play it through. Look at the space here. Cafu gets it clear. Rummenigge. Decent chance! If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. And it's Gullit. And Gullit! Another throw-in. Lahm just loves to go forward whenever he can. Lahm cuts it out. Rijkaard. And the pass is intercepted. Gullit. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And no, he's seen through all of that. Rummenigge. Beckham. Yaya Toure. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And that's a throw-in. Lahm has it out wide and in space. And it's Yaya Toure. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. He's picked his way through. Swings in. There's the header! Oh, it's hit the post. Toure gets good distance on it. Looking to play him in. Pass is just off target. There's the whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time.
Substitution for Milan, number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Milan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
He's not got that quite right. Totti. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Milan different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Could be danger here. Oh, that's fabulous. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Beckham.
Diving header! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, it actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Baresi gets rid without sophistication. Now, can they get him away? Fired deep towards the back post.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Beckham. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Hazard. Beckham is one whose deliveries we all know about. Hazard. And the shot! They've scored! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
After 68 minutes is number 21, Lionel Messi.
India have fired themselves in front.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And this is Hazard, and this is Cruyff. He's beaten them. He's having a shot! It's hit the upright. That's a sharp pass. Now, that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee.
Substitution for Milan, number 15.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, sweet feet. Haaland! And that would have been game, set and match.
Haaland has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Now it's Haaland. Gets a good foot in there. It's a pretty loose pass. Pelé. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Nicely weighted ball. Can he get onto this? And it's safely in the keeper's hands.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Has been indicated.
Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. So that's it. It is all over. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Milan.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running. Club America have clearly decided to play here with a 5-3-2 formation, Jim.
Well, it's an attempt, Peter, to put a solid bedrock in place and negotiate the game from there. If they can absorb what comes towards their box in the early stages, then the midfield can begin looking for more of the possession.
Can he finish? Really well taken goal. And claimed it back swiftly. Pelé, looking to play him in.
There's the golden nugget, that is Paul Scholes, one of the game's unsung heroes.
And nothing seems to change him. All that adulation, he's the same bloke.
Agreed, but on a world level, he ought to have higher status. But he's never been one for hogging the limelight. He just loves being the quiet assassin.
Scholes! That's a throw. De Bruyne. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Neymar tries a shot, and it's hit the woodwork and out. Out again for a throw-in. Cafu just loves to go forward whenever he can. Pelé! It's Pelé! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket anthem! That is a gem! An absolute gem! The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And it's Scholes. Now, big chance! And that has fair fizzed. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Scholes. Messi. Goes for goal! Oh, it's come loose. Now it's Pelé. An instinctive delivery. And here's Nedved. Rummenigge goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides.
And there's the shot! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Scholes brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Milan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
That'll be a throw-in. Pele receives, shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Alarm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Milan finding their passes. Tries to pass it through. Quarter of an hour into the second half. And this is Pele. He's had a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Pele actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And he's there to clear it. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Oh, this looks sharp. And now a sudden chance to counter. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Scholes for Yaya Toure. Pullet can be a real threat inside the box. Scholes. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Messi. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the...
Bullet!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is
And Messi! It's hit the upright. Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Passes short and sharp. Owen! And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives. And he gets rid in a hurry. Engages and forces him off the ball. That's good running with the ball. He is through here. Rummenigge. Decent chance! The last act of a game, which they chased to the very end. It finishes all square, but boy, they were close to snatching it. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We have already started here.
I think in Puskás we have someone who you can call the world's first international sports star. He was a man so prolific that he almost scored for fun. He even has an award named after him for the outstanding goal of that year, scored across world football.
And he was the very epitome of an out-and-out goal scorer. Those that follow England will well recall him as the architect of Hungary's famous 6-3 win against them.
Such a quick-witted player, Peter, as well, who could tie the best defenders in knots. And we can't forget about his wonderful left foot.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's rather hopeful. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Pele clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Pele. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Pinches it off him. That's a little off target. Nedved plays a sharp little ball here. It's a promising position. He shoots! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Pele. It's Pele! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Cleared without complication. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Scholes. Still goalless. That's a sharp pass. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And there's the shot! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Rummenigge. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Messi! Wonderful save by Vitor Bayer. And that's really well manoeuvred. It's Pele! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Adams gets over and intercepts. And he's gone looking for safety. Lahm is always looking to play quality balls. And the pass is intercepted. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he plays one through. Messi! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the first moment of real... He's had a shot! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Really well taken goal. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Milan sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up.
Substitution for Milan. Number 22, Messi. Number
Whistle
18,
goes, and we start the second half.
coming on the field, number 24, Beckham. Number 14,
Lahm.
Koller.
Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
That's tidy. Beckham going full tilt down the right-hand side. Ball driven towards... He gets big! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Pele can so cleverly bypass the press. Wriggles his way through. Beckham has been caught there, it's a foul. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Played out to the right. Beckham with the cross. And he's there to clear it. It's their second corner of the game. Beckham with the short one.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
And that's the keeper's ball.
Milan clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
And he's managed to get free. Puskas, great defending, strong and determined. Ferdinand did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Beckham. Oh, it's played into the area. Big header! Oh, off the bar! And he's there to belt it away. And it's Beckham. Lahm gets into some space. Pings in across. Chance, surely! It's in! Players ecstatic. Fans delirious. This is utopian. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner and he picked them off instead.
It's become a case of men against boys. That pass has been well intercepted. Beckham. And no, that was never going to make it. Has a look and place it forward. Scholes. And it's Lam. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Strong running down that left flank. Pass somewhat off target. Yaya Toure. Lam. Lam tries making a foray down the right. Looking to go deep. He rises! Not the worst header in the world, but nothing comes of it.
Substitution for Milan. Number 6, Nedved.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Coming on the field, number 15, Hullitz. Number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Beckham.
Substitutions taking place.
Beckham looking to penetrate opposition lines. He's got away. Cross to the back. Header! Oh, it needed better placement.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Messi. It's a pretty loose pass. Yaya Toure. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. And it's Beckham. It's a good run down the right. Chance to deliver.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Ferdinand cuts it out. Cristiano Ronaldo. Lam. A heavy challenge. Now who's going to be first to this? He has found the way through. And the cross come. He's got full. And with that, the final whistle. Milan really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The action has already started. A header! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Oh, good-looking ball. Maldini makes the interception. And it's Beckham. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Chance to deliver. Can he finish? Goal! Atletico Paranaense! And Atletico Paranaense take the lead. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Lam is looking to influence the game from out wide. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. He gets big! He scores! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. In towards the back stick. It's out for a goal kick. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Now it's Beckham. Looking for options for movement. Ball driven towards the far post. Thuram can get it clear. He's in space and looking for options. Up he goes! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Beckham. Oh, well played. Rijkaard. Atletico Paranaense trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Nedved plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Lahm proves just a little bit too strong. Nesta is there and he can get that clear. Played out towards the right wing. Pele! Now, who's going to be first to this? Koller. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Lahm has created one goal already. Looking to go deep. Oh, smashing it! Oh, off the bar! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Koller clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Substitution for Atletico Paranaense.
Milan have their second corner now.
Coming on the field is number 18, Johan Cruyff.
Beckham getting this one clear.
Has been indicated.
And it's Figo. He won't be happy with that one. Can he get it through? Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Milan will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And we are back on the way.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Keeper has taken decisive action.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Milan are looking to go forward now. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. Beckham. Figo. Vieira. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Cruyff. Oh, such a clever touch. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. It's a mighty effort! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Lahm. And it's Lahm. Beckham. Lahm is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And here's Cruyff. Oh, that was vital.
Cruyff really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lam. Pele. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Yaya Toure. And it's Lam. Threads one in. Rijkaard calmly anticipates. Rijkaard. 75 minutes played. Goes for the shot! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Played back in. There's the header! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That's a good ball out wide.
Milan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Keeper's dealt with that. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Nicely aimed pass.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Aimed in towards the centre. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Lam. Now it's Cruyff. Cute ball now, how can he reach it?
Added time.
And he cuts out the supply. Foot in. That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
And now I just
So
like
all
to read
square,
out our
we
fan
need a
comments
winner,
who are
and we
celebrating
will be
their
back
birthdays
for
today.
extra time.
Substitution for Atletico Paranaense, number 11, Nedved.
Into extra time we
Coming on
go.
to replace him is number 22, Griezmann.
Turns back here,
Substitution in
probably the
progress.
best option. Nesta. For Yaya Toure. Nesta. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Lam. Beckham. Knocks it out wide. And he's picked it up out wide. Rijkaard. Van Dijk. Out to the right. And this is Griezmann. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. But it is clear to see... Koller! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it. Milan have their third corner. That's the keeper's ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Beckham. That's it for the first period of extra time. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them? Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes?
Number 44, Otto.
This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Nesta. Van Dijk, always a very imposing presence at the back. Now that looks a decent ball. Cruyff's cross. And he's there to clear it. And it's Griezmann. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Cruyff. Atletico Paranaense finding their passes. Van der Sar claims it, safe hands.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And no, that was never going to make it. Rijkaard. That is ended up in no man's land. And that is that. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Takes a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Manchester United with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Rijkaard! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. And it's Figo. That is very well defended. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Beckham with the cross. Just eases him on. Pele! No, he couldn't get hold of it.
Milan really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Threads one in.
It's an honour, Peter, to be in the presence of Roberto Baggio.
Well, there've been a few pretenders down the years, but surely he is still the true prince of Italian football.
Without a doubt, something about him just inspires confidence. He plays with a different brand of passion, a mindset all of his own. A maverick.
The very best in the business. Figo. And he's managed to get free. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Roberto Baggio. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And it's Baggio. Played out wide. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Steered out wide, but he won't reach that. Oh, he's been caught napping!
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. And that's put paid to a promising move. Nice sequence of passes, this. Rijkaard kept his eye on it, and he's there. He's in space and looking for options. Header! He will be livid with himself.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Rijkaard is there, and he can pick it up. Beckham. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Ronaldinho. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Rijkaard. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aimed beyond the defence. Cannavaro makes the interception. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Chooses to go back. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Lahm did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Roberto Baggio. He is through here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And they're quick to get it back. Shifted upfield. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. So what can they make of this? And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's gone for a throw-in. Aldair.
Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Looking for options for movement. A header! Harmlessly behind. And he was quick to react. And we hit half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
Hello, everybody, and
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Thank you for your cooperation. Substitution.
Here we go again then.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
And that is expertly dealt with.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Beckham. Beckham with the... Up he goes! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Milan different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Lahm. Crossed in once more. It's a mighty effort! Another header, but again the same outcome.
Milan really need to convert one of these chances now. This service is good, but the finishing is pretty wasteful. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Lahm delivers. And he's gone backward here. Roberto Baggio, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Oh, this is a great position. And he's gone direct here. Maradona going face-to-face with his great rival. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Beckham.
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. And it's Nedved. Bigo has it out wide and in space. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Baggio picks it up out wide. Toure cuts it out. Bigo chasing after it. Rummenigge. And here's Ronaldinho. Aldair. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Figo. Rijkaard. And here's Eto'o. It's Eto'o! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Figo. Beckham tries making a foray down the right. Beckham. And he's making progress on the ball. And it's Lam. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, smashing header! It's a goal! And that could well be the winner!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved. Milan are desperately trying to regain the momentum, and they've certainly upped the supply.
Aldair cuts out the pass. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. The message is clear, none shall pass. Now it's Eto'o. Pinches it off him. Figo is looking to influence the game from out wide. Nedved. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here.
In Paul Scholes, we have a player who can pull all the strings in midfield, one of England's best ever.
So unsung, but utterly appreciated by those he plays with.
Yeah, simply a master of passing, Peter. His ability to know what's going on around him at any given time makes him such a clever and hugely capable danger in this team. Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Pelé. And it's Scholes. Now who's going to be first to this? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Kimmich. Zico is always playing with one eye on the spectacular.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
And here's Vieri. Alexander-Arnold. Vieri. Vieri! It's loose now. Oh, he's been caught napping. In he goes again. And that was probably asking just too much.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
And we have our very first corner. And he can clear it away. And it's Cáceres. Milan are looking to go forward now. He has found a way through. Rodri goes looking wide. And here's Van Basten, and he's on his way. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, good take in a good area. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Van der Sar sends that a long way. Zico.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
That's good running with the ball. Oh, played right into his path. Rodri with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Messi. And it's skewed away. Cross into the box. Van Basten. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Milan can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Number 11, Mbappe. Coming on to replace
So off we go once more.
Number 7,
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Marquinhos. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Nesta gets good distance on it. Gets a good foot in there. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. And this is Hazard. Yaya Toure.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Pele under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Can he get on the end of this? Zico. That's a little off target. And it's Messi. He's having a hit! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh, nice! Just not quite.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Messi. Number 10, Pele. Coming on the field, number 24, Beckham.
Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Taking place.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Beckham. It's a good run down the right. He is through here. Delivers the ball. Gets his head on it!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And it's Zico. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, nicely intercepted.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want to know...
Oh no, this does not look good. Kimmich kept his eye on it, and he's there. And a header! Now, and it's come back out to him. Goal! 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Deep cross. Maradona.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, good-looking ball. And the counter-attack is on for Milan. Can he get it through?
Oh, super find.
Oh, it's Messi!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Messi with the short one. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. They get a throw in. Eto'o. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. I think being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school of no nonsense, but I really like his technique, and again, he's one of these centre-backs or defenders who can get his head up and just pick out a wonderful pass, 40, 50, 60 yards.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides.
Rummenigge. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Pelé. And this is Messi. Messi gets flagged offside. Lam is one whose deliveries we all know about. That's a sharp pass.
And this is Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho.
Decent chance! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Manchester United have penetrated for the first time.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And this is Pelé. Look at the space here. Has a shot. And again the keeper stands strong.
Messi really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And it's Eto'o. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Messi. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Rummenigge going about things with real menace. He's found a way through. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery, The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Played out wide. Manchester United look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack.
Takes a shot! It's a goal! And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Manchester United are doing very nicely, thank you. Ronaldinho! And one more try! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, at least he was in the right position and he reacted quickly enough. The manager will like that.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Aimed beyond the defence. And he was alert to it. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Just 5 minutes left until the break. And he's managed to get free. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rummenigge, and he's picked it up out wide. Bergomi clears it away. Rummenigge. That is good strength.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Messi. He's picked his way through. Here comes the cross. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. And the first 45 minutes are up. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Milan really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Substitution for Milan, number 18, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 22, Messi.
Here we go again then.
13, Giuseppe
Well, I think they
Bergomi.
have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Oh, that's a key interception.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He can run onto that. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Milan have their second corner now. Keeper's dealt with that. And now a sudden chance to counter. Beckham. Plays a sharp little ball here. Lahm plays, climbs up big. It's in. And the second half is off to a flyer. Certain, searing and imperious.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort. Simply fantastic.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
We have got ourselves a game here.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
The defence opting here for strength in
Oh,
numbers.
great feat, that.
He has found a way through.
Lahm, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Lahm.
Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Lahm. Yaya Toure.
Pele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
Beckham receives it in a wide...
Oh, what a climb! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Lahm. Roberto Baggio.
Looking to be a menace in the final third. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Milan have their third corner.
Substitution for Milan. Number 6, Nedved. Number 10, Pele. Coming on the field, number 15, Gullit. Number 20,
Schools!
substitutions taking place.
No, he didn't quite meet it right. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Gullit.
Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
And there's the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Lamine Yamal actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Lahm.
Knocks it into space.
And this is Cruyff.
Header! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there.
There's no respite if you're being chased down like this.
Lahm making good progress on the right-hand side. Now, can they get him away?
Eto'o.
Is wide and looking to get onto this. The ball has bounced loose now. Beckham.
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Cruyff is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Tries to play it through. Now that's well seen too. Shot could be on.
Rummenigge really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And here's Cruyff. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have. Milan really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Yamal.
Scholes.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Cruyff. That ball looks a good one. He's on it, can he get away? Oh, the ball's run loose here. Shapes to shoot! Hits off target and by quite a way. Maldini. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Looking to play him in. Eto'o could try cutting inside here. That's a decent clearance. And that will be it. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for...
It's Zico!
Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, a player I've been looking at for quite a while now, Peter, is this guy, Bastoni.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Good ball, good take. He's through, now is he in? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Nesta
Does well to stand firm and defend it.
Eto'o. Nesta. Messi. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Rijkaard. And here's Zico. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges? Oh, but Messi! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Lam. And this is Ronaldinho. Shoots! Goal! Manchester United! The breakthrough strike! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
Milan finding themselves unexpectedly behind.
Zico. Oh, this is a very good run. He's had a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Oh, well played, well played.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Cannavaro. And it's Eto'o. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Roberto Baggio. Pele. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that has not gone well. Now that looks a decent ball. Pele picks it up out wide.
Lam. Manchester United have reclaimed it.
Pass somewhat off target.
Yaya Toure.
Rummenigge. Ball played for Rijkaard. Ronaldinho. Rummenigge. So what can they make of this? Ferdinand cuts out the pass. Rijkaard.
Messi.
Ronaldinho. Chance here to counter. Pele. Rijkaard is always looking to break.
It's Zico!
And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Lam.
And it's Baggio.
Now it's Messi.
Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Rijkaard. And this is Maradona. Shot could be on. Pele.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Well timed, excellent interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Eto'o goes for goal! It's bounced back off the post. Messi. Pele. And it's Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Substitution for Milan. Number 9, Zico. Number 18.
Here we go again then.
Number 10.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Mbappe. Number 20, Yamal. Substitution in progress.
Yaya Toure.
Is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Messi. Messi charging forward, the ball at his feet. Messi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Milan
Can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And here's Ronaldinho. And here's Elise.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Knocks it out wide. Lahm made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Takes a shot! Oh, it's come loose. Can he stop it going out?
Still chasing the game, trailing by 1.
Mbappe, who needs just a moment to score a goal. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lahm.
Manchester United do have a chance to counter here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lovely pass.
Goes for a shot! He's got a goal! AC Milan are all square. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Ronaldinho. Milan
Are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Yaya Toure.
Can so cleverly bypass the press.
Manchester United
Appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting them...
He rises! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Ronaldinho clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Challenged just a bit on the firm side.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Messi. Lahm gets into some space. He's going for goal! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Messi.
Yamal.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Rijkaard. Spread out to the left. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Into the last quarter of an hour.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Milan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho
Stood it.
There's the header! Goal! Manchester United! And they get themselves in front! It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Manchester United get themselves into the lead.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it?
Oh, he's been caught on it here! Milan must do something here, and very quickly.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
He is through here. Cross into... Gets his head on it! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up.
He's got tall. Yes, he's done it! And that may just do it! Certain, searing and imperious.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And yes, it's him again. Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, no joy this time. And that's it. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will.